Welcome to the Bridging the Generation podcast. I'm your host, Rmb. Today, I got a very special guest for y'all. My next guest is a songbird straight out of North Carolina, signed to 91's Jamla imprint. She's been putting it down in the game for the past 10 years, releasing 4 solid projects, with the most recent being Boutique Hotel featuring the hit Japan. Along the way, she's collaborated artists such as Sky Zoo, Smith & Wesson, David Banner. I mean, the list goes on. So before that said, it's an honor, pleasure to introduce the beautiful, the lovely Heather Victoria. Let's go. First of all, this is the Bridging the Generation podcast. How are you doing today?
I'm doing wonderful. I can't complain.
That's what's up. How's everything holding up? I know it's crazy out here with the whole COVID-19, and there's a lot of madness going on. How's that? Has that affected you any type of way?
I feel like it's affected everybody. I'm just grateful. I'm trying to stay busy. I'm working, doing music. And I'm just taking everything one day at a time.
Okay, no doubt. Well, look, like I said, I'm a huge fan. I've been trying to get you on the platform for a minute.
Wow.
I've been trying to get you on the platform for a minute. I'm not gonna go into how we here now. Bottom line, you're here now. So
I'm here. I'm so happy you got me on the show. Happy to be here.
No doubt. So look, I remember the first time me hearing of you was on Knife Wonder's project. I believe it was like Death of a Pop Star.
Okay.
And that was like my first. You remember that?
I do. It's my first feature.
Okay, so that was the first time. So I'm like, wow, this is different. Like this was different as far as David Banner doing a project with a producer such as Knife Wonder. But now I hear this beautiful voice, and I'm like, who is this? Like this is different. This is different. So boom. Next thing you know, the letter drops with you and Sky Zoo. And I'm like, whoa, hold on. This is I gotta see who this woman is, man. Knife Wonder is working with the female with a woman singer. I haven't seen him work with a singer before, male or female. So I say that to say this. I've been a fan ever since then. We talking. What's that?
2010? 11 years now.
Yeah. So we talk about 20. Yeah, exactly. 11 years. So what I want to do, I know. I'm telling you, like I said, I know it.
Thank you so much. I'm just taking it all in, but thank you.
It's nothing, Miss Victoria. Like I said, I love what you're doing. First of all, again, words cannot explain how much I appreciate artists like you for just continue to be able to craft these beautiful songs and love what they're doing and continue to push the culture as far as rhythm and blues. But what I want to do is I want to go to the beginning. I want to start from the beginning, if you don't mind.
Okay, let's go. I'm ready.
Let's go. So I know you're from North Carolina. Now I got family in North Carolina, but I don't know exactly. I hear different things. I hear you from Wilson. I hear you from Charlotte. I hear you from Raleigh. Now that I got Miss Victoria on the platform, I'm going to ask, where are you exactly from?
Okay, so I was born in Fayetteville, North Carolina.
Okay.
I was born there. Both of my family, like my mom and my dad's side, are from Fayetteville. My mom's a single parent, and her and I and my little sister, we moved to Wilson, North Carolina when I was 8 years old. Wilson is Eastern North Carolina. So we moved there for my mom's job in like 98, 99 or something like that. And that's where I finished high school. That's where I grew up. However, my dad, who was still involved in my life as well, he never left Fayetteville. So, every other weekend or whatever, I would go to Fayetteville too. So I was in both Wilson and Fayetteville because, like I said, my family's from Fayetteville. So I was always in Fayetteville visiting, but where I grew up and came up is Wilson, North Carolina. Okay. After high school, that's when I went to Raleigh for college.
Okay, because I got family down in North Carolina. Matter of fact, I got family down in Fayetteville. So that's dope that that there's a little connection right there. We got a little connection as far as that North Carolina thing.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
So again, like I said, I'm a huge fan. But what I want to know is, like, how long have you been singing, and what inspired you?
I've been singing since I was like 4 or 5 years old. My mom sings. She used to do it more professionally when I was a kid, but she did stage plays. She played in a cover band internationally. So by the time I was like 4 or 5 years old, she was teaching me how to harmonize. Her and my dad told me I picked it up naturally. But started there, just mimicking her, watching her, and then, singing in pageants, and then singing in the children's choir, and then eventually, growing up and into, later years of school, doing things like vocal ensemble and musical theater too. So I've been doing it for most of my life. Professionally, I've been doing it since 2010. I started my career in 2010, or really my first time.
Hold on, hey, Miss Victoria, let's go back a little bit. So I want to. You mentioned your mother. Yeah, you mentioned your mom was a professional singer. You said she's singing in a cover band, and so is it safe to say that your mom is one of your inspirations? Because that was going to be my next question. Like, what were some of your musical, what was some of your musical influences?
Of course, my mom first, for sure. It ranges. It ranges from.
Let's talk about it. Come on, I got a songbird here. Like, we got to know. We about to go in.
It really is. It goes back to my mom introduced me to Shaka Khan, Patti LaBelle, Mary J. Blige, Whitney. And then, into the 90s, I was a big girls group fan. In Vogue. My mom loved In Vogue too. SWV was one of my personal favorites. Tamia was one of my favorites and influences. Beyonce, Destiny's Child, Jill Scott, Erykah Badu. I told you it was range, right? I told
you. No, that's dope. That's dope. Because I like when I interview artists like yourself, this is special to me because, I still appreciate like traditional rhythm and blues. And as far as, traditional rhythm and blues go, to me, you're one of those unique artists that's still carrying the torch. So I want to know where, why and where you get the inspiration to continue to carry this torch, because a lot of artists are going in different directions as far as rhythm and blues. So when I get an artist such as yourself, I like to, get a little background as far as, the upbringing and the musical knowledge. So that's dope.
I appreciate it. Yeah.
I can see why you so dope. Like, you naming Rufus and Shaka Khan and Mary J. Blige. So, I could talk all day about
that. Yeah. Real music head. And that's just from my mom's side. Like, my dad was like on the other side, jazz, Commodores, Earth, Wind and Fire, like constantly playing that stuff. So yeah, I mean, I'm
hold on 1 second. I'm gonna make sure my headphones. Can you hear me properly?
I can.
Okay, it kind of disconnected. I'm gonna have to edit all of that. I apologize. We good? Okay. So anyways.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. I can you're good. It's just something.
Okay.
I'm gonna edit that. So anyway, I wanna ask this question. When I think of think of what you do and what you bring to the R&B culture. I watch you on the internet, on YouTube, and you're a great live performer. With that being said, when was the first time that you ever performed live?
I think you froze up.
Oh, hello? I can hear you. You okay?
Okay, we back.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
Okay, it's okay. The first time I performed live. Ooh. Let me think.
And how was that? How was that experience? You know.
That's a good question. I don't even know if I thought about it before. The first time I performed live, shoot, I had to think about it. But I know one of the first times I performed live.
Come on.
I'm like,
I know you've been you've been doing this. You've been doing this thing for so long. You've been doing this thing for so long. I guess you probably feel like you've been doing this like since you came out the womb. But you know what I'm saying? Like, but
I would say 2010. I performed on the Monique show with David Banner.
Okay.
I mean, that was my first live.
Talk about that. Talk about that experience. Talk about meeting David Banner. Like, what was that like? You know, what was that like?
Well, I was saying that was like my first live TV experience. But meeting David Banner was cool. You know what I'm saying? I was young. I was 19. Yeah. Just in the studio every day, writing. If I didn't have class, I was there writing, and you know, just trying to capitalize on my craft. So one day I was in there writing, and Knife had gave me some beats. I was at the desk writing, had my headphones in, and he walked in. I didn't know nothing about them doing a project at all. Okay. And he was just humble, down to earth, mad cool. Him and Knife had the idea, asked me to jump on the song. I just happened to be there, and that's what it was. So we've been family ever since. You know, that's what's up. David Banner, great people.
Okay, so Miss Victoria, when I think of your sound, like how would you describe what you do? Would you consider what you do like neo soul or like, you know, because you know some artists don't like to be put in different subgenres, but what would you classify? Because you got a very, I don't know if you noticed, but you have a very unique sound. So I want to hear from your mouth, like what would you classify what you do?
Well, thank you. I feel like a lot of people, I haven't even put out like all the sides of me. So I definitely can't put myself in a box, but I don't mind being known for doing R&B. Like I will put myself in that box, R&B and soul.
There we go.
That's what it is. You know, R&B and soul is what I have. I feel like it's different elements to that, depending on what the project is. You might get a more funkier side. You might get more jazzier side. It just depends on the project. So it's like the more I put music out, the more I can articulate who I am.
Okay. So let's fast. Yeah, no. See, this is the thing. I know all the projects. Like I said, ever since you came out, I have all the projects. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. I can't wait to add to your collection. Like we're really just getting started.
Yeah, so I know the catalog. So that's why I ask you. I hope you have a little time because here on the Bridging the Generation podcast, we don't just talk about a bunch of meaningless conversation. We get into that music.
Okay.
And what you do is worthy of really getting into. So with that being said, let's fast forward a little bit.
Okay.
So here we are. 2009, 2010. Correct me on the year. Mm-hmm. You meet Knife Wonder.
Right.
Now tell me how did you end up connecting with Knife Wonder? How did that?
Knife was my professor at North Carolina Central University, Eagle Pride. And he was my teacher in an elective called History of Hip Hop. Okay. And at the time when I met him and was in his class, I had recorded like 2 demos. It was one of my first times recording music ever. Okay. So I literally was carrying around a CD, and I heard through the grapevine that not only was he a professor, but he was an amazing producer and also had access to the studio on campus at the time. Okay. So long story short, I introduced myself and, I made a request that I could come by and play some music. He eventually gave me the go. And that's where it all started, you know?
How long did that take? Like, how long did that process? Was it like you sent a couple of emails or you sent a friend to link up to him and it happened like that? Or, come on, I got a little time. Let's go. You said you got a little time.
No, I mean, I would say over a span of maybe like a couple months, I would wait until after class, just talk to him about it. But the thing about it was everybody wanted to go by the studio. Everybody wanted to be an artist and be heard by Knife. So it was easy. It wasn't easy. So, like I said, over the span of a couple months, and I actually reached out to him in an email on Facebook, and he didn't respond. Right. And he was like, "I can't talk to you on Facebook." Like, so it was a problem.
I don't think teachers and students can't like. Right. It's called something. I don't know what it's called.
Right. I was like, by all means, that's fair, right?
You was really trying to get on. You was really trying to.
Yeah, like you was
persistent.
So, yeah, I was. I love music so much, and I got a taste of learning how to record and make songs. So I was like, I'm stuck on campus. I ain't had no car. I was like, I'm trying to record. So it worked out.
So look, so check this out, because being that you are like the only singer on Jamla, what made you pick? What made you choose Knife Wonder? What made you want to? Because at this time, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't believe he had Jamla at the time.
It was still forming.
It was still forming. So what made you want to do music with Knife Wonder?
I would say the feeling in the music, the feeling in how the beats made me feel. Everybody who was with Knife I felt like I was in good company. So, being a young chick with no real true foundation, no leadership, Knife and, the guys that he was rolling with, including shout out to E20 and
that's we about to get into that.
And, everybody just welcomed me, and it just made me feel like I was around people who could give me the opportunity to feel free. And like, it was like I finally met some people who were just as like dedicated to wanting to create music. You know what I'm saying? It just made me, it just felt right. I'll say that. It was nothing I had to really think about strategically. Of course, you think about it, the logistics of things, but when it comes to the feeling and just making music and wanting to grow with some folks, it was the right timing and the right opportunity.
See, the reason why
family,
See, the reason why I asked that, because like I said, when I first heard of you, I'm like, Knife Wonder. I don't remember Knife Wonder ever doing music with singers. I know him from Little Brother, Jay-Z, working with a lot of different, dope MCs. So when you come along, I'm like, yo, this is interesting. This is different. So that's the reason why I asked that question, because, it's something that he saw in you.
He did Destiny's Child, a couple songs with them. He did Girl.
No. I'm saying like he didn't have an artist like he took under his name.
Okay.
Right. That's what I mean.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, definitely. And like I didn't go in trying to work with Knife thinking that I want to get signed, because I didn't know it was nothing to be signed to. I just knew he made beats. I knew he was good people.
Okay.
I knew he was somebody I can learn from, because I learned so much from him in class. Okay. And I'm just trying to network at that point.
Right.
As a young buck, I'm trying to network. I'm trying to make music.
So you really
there, and he was putting Jamla together.
So at that time, you really didn't have like really no aspirations of like, signing a deal or anything like that. You was just really just trying to get your voice heard.
I don't even know if I was trying to get my voice heard. Like, I don't even know if I was to that point. I think
what was you going to school for, if you don't mind me asking?
Oh no, you're fine. Communications.
Okay.
At that time, like, I'm gonna keep it real with you. Being from North Carolina, you don't really grow up having aspirations to be anything creative. Just because a whole lot of people around you not ever going to encourage you to do so. So me becoming a singer was like low-key taboo. So I'm in school, a piece of me wanted to minor in music or major in music, but everything that I had been taught was like, you're not being smart about what you're trying to do. So my goal, alternatively, I would still love to do this if actually, was an option. But I was gonna be like a counselor, or work in media. So when I stumbled upon in ninth class, and he just so happened to be my history hip hop teacher, and he just so happened to be running the studio, it was like, oh, well, maybe I can just continue to write some songs and see what happens, like almost for fun, what I mean? But
did you ever like, not to cut you off, because I want you to
fun, but you know what I mean.
I want you to finish what you were saying, but listen to you tell this story is interesting, because a lot of people don't notice, like, Knife was teaching, but he was still like working with all these superstars. Did you ever really look at him like, wow, this guy is my teacher? But next thing he's also working with Jay-Z. He's working with Destiny's Child. He's working with Little Brother and this artist and this, like, how did that, like, did you ever get, like, I don't want to use the word starstruck, but was it ever like very, like unique? Yeah, like
yes, it was
like mind blowing. Like, was there like
yeah, it was. I mean, I will say, like, on a day-to-day basis, I wasn't fanning out about him, because I knew he worked with these people, but these people weren't around. So being that he's so down to earth, I never was like tripping on a daily basis. But when people walk in the studio, like David Banner, like Sean Price, random people he just cool with, just so happened to come make music, I was starstruck. Absolutely.
You got a chance to meet Sean Price?
I did. I met Sean a long time ago, and seeing him on several occasions. Good folks. RIP.
So I think around that time, I think Knife did something on that the Jesus Price Superstar project around that time. Maybe a little bit before that. But so anyway, let's fast forward a little bit.
Okay.
So boom, here it is. This is the project that opened my eyes to what you're doing, because around this time, rhythm and blues, it was changing a little bit, and you know exactly what I'm talking about. So this we about to go in. So rhythm and blues is changing a little bit, and boom, Victoria's Secret drop. So tell me, how was that? What was the walk me through that. What was the lead up to that Victoria's Secret project? Because to me, that was the first project that I've heard from you. Now, I don't know if you had anything before that.
No, that was the first one.
Okay, I just want to make, okay, all right. And this not even no research. Like, I vividly remember this. I remember reading this in like Two Dope Boys. Like, they used to have blogs back in the day. Yeah, so I remember they was talking about Heather Victoria and Knife One. I'm like, wow, this is dope. And I heard the letter. So I checked the project out, and I was blown away. I'm still blown away by that project.
Thank you.
I'm still blown away by that project. So look, tell me what walk me through that. What was the the inspiration as far as putting out that first EP, and also working with E Jones.
It was dope. It happened really organically. We wrote it probably within a couple months and put it together. It was just a lot of, like personal experiences, and the title was dope. It was fun. We had a really good time with it.
How long did it take to how long did it take to record that?
I'd say like probably 3 or 4 months, if that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So what made you want to link? Because E Jones, he pretty much produced damn near the whole project. So well, how did you meet him, and what made you want to work with him?
I met him through Ninth. Like, when I met Ninth, he was there. Him and Ninth were already working on different projects together. So at the time, Jones had more production for Rmb singer. Right. So we just got together and put some jams together and made it do what it do.
So I mean, when you think back, now it's 11 years later. How do you feel overall about that project? Do you feel like it really stands up? It stands up to a lot of the great music that you have released since?
Yeah, I mean, I think it was a solid project for it to be my debut. Yeah. But I'm just grown with time, and I look back at that like it's some rookie shit.
Oh man, that's crazy. Like your EP is better than a lot of artists, best projects. You know what I'm saying? And I can't even really call that an EP. Is that really like an EP? It got like
No, Victoria's Secret and Graffiti Diary was both LPs.
yeah, I was about to say it got like 12 songs, 12, 13 songs on it.
LPs for sure.
Okay.
And then Hip Hop Soul Lives was an EP. Boutique Hotels an EP.
Oh, let's slow down. We gonna get it. We gonna get into that one. I be having to slow y'all artists down, man, because y'all be having these classes. Y'all be wanting to, hold up. Let's take our time. So look, like I said, I mentioned it earlier about the letter.
Okay.
That's my you know what right there. Mm-hmm. So talk to me about the making of that song, man, with Sky. How did you guys put that together?
You going all the way back to 2010. Huh?
Yo, look, I'm not gonna go through every single song, but I want you to know I know the catalog, and it's an honor to have when I got an artist. When I have an artist like you on my platform, we need to. I want the fans to know that this woman has some dope music, and y'all need to check this catalog out. Not just her recent shit, but you need to go back. You know what I'm saying? You need to go back to hip hop. Lives, the Graffiti Diary, all that shit. So, yeah. So let's talk about a couple. I'm not gonna get on every single song, but that's my song right there. So me being a diehard Sky Zoo fan, I just interviewed him like 2 weeks ago.
Oh, dope.
So, yeah, that's the guy. He's a real good brother. Tell me how you guys linked for that song.
Well, at the time, he was on our label, so we just did a collaboration, and I'm trying to think. I have to think about it, but we did the letter, and we had Sky to feature on, and we did a video. Shout out to Kenneth Price, and it was dope. I love the song. It's like it's some real shit. At the time, I was dating somebody, and we was like really happy, and then he moved away.
Hold on. See, I gotta go there. I gotta go there. So on the song, you say you was dating somebody. Now I remember on the song, you need to tell me. Like, is that the guy that's on You Need to Tell Me? Like, you remember the intro, like when you guys are going to see a show. Yeah, I know. Look, I told you, I know the catalog. I know the catalog. You remember, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I do remember what you're talking about.
Yo, listen. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to make you feel uncomfortable, but I'm sorry. This is what we do on here. This is what we do. Like I always like that song. It stood out. Like you said you guys was But I'm gonna leave it. No, Miss Victoria, you taking too long to answer that. You taking long. Let's move on.
That was him on You Need to Tell Me. I think, yeah.
That's a dope song, yo. That's a dope song, by the way, man. I love that song anyway, man. But I always thought that was very clever, the little intro and, how y'all put that together. So I told you, man, I know the catalog.
We're going way back to 2010.
Yeah. So look, let's keep it moving. Let's keep it moving. So a lot of your songs deal with, love, relationships, heartbreak, and but the thing I like about how you put your body at work together as far as songs, it's still with a sensibility as far as like hope. It doesn't break you. That you hear a lot of R&B songs today, and it's kind of like I hate to use that word, but sometimes it can be kind of depressing. But it's like when listening to your music, it seems more like more uplifting. Like there's hope as far as love. So what would you talk about that? Like what's the creative process as far as like creating songs?
Creative process, I just do what I feel, and whether a song makes you feel depressed or uplifted, I feel like that's art. I'm glad that it makes you feel uplifted for sure, but art is art, so it's like whatever comes and whatever makes you feel might make somebody else feel differently. So my creative process is just to do what I feel and just to express exactly what I'm painting in my mind for the listeners to understand and try to, paint that picture for them from their perspective.
No doubt. Now, look, when I say now this is something that I've heard. This ain't just my opinion. Like I hear people say, the R&B is different. It doesn't make you feel the same way that a lot of rhythm and blues used to make you feel. So this ain't really just my opinion. This is things that I've heard. We got. I say this because there is artists like you that's continue to, push the culture as far as rhythm and blues. So I just had to. That's a disclaimer. Like, I don't want everybody thinking like, oh, he said all rhythm and blues is depressing. That's not what I'm saying. So with that being said, as far as like touring, excuse me.
I think I lost you for a second. Are you there?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you. Okay, so touring that those first couple of projects, what was some of the artists that you have met that that's kind of some of the artists that you met that kind of you never thought that you was going to meet,
on tour?
Yeah.
Well, I'm blessed to have been on one tour in my life. Who did I meet? Really, on tour, I didn't meet a whole lot of people. Like in New York, I met a couple of people that I hadn't seen. Let me think. I want to say Freeway.
Okay.
But I got a lot of life to live. I'm excited to meet more people. Like, this
Which tour? Which tour was this? This
was from me opening up for Rhapsody. I've done tours, but this was my first national tour.
Okay.
So, I met several people. They just might not be famous. And to me, even meeting those same people have been just as impactful. DJs, promoters, all types of people. So, I'm trying to think. It's going back for a year now, so it's going to come back to me like 3 questions later, like who I met.
It's all good. It's all good. Like, take your time. So look. Like I said, a lot of people say, I'm not even gonna say a lot of people say, but rhythm and blues has changed within the past 10 years. And what would how do you feel about that as far as like the state of R&B, the state of rhythm, how do you feel about that?
I think the state of R&B is great. It's a lot of wonderful artists. You just got to look for them. Mm-hmm. It's a lot of people doing R&B. You could tell they just love R&B music. They love making music. They work with amazing musicians. So, in my opinion, it's evolving. It's a lot better than it was probably 10 years ago, 5 years ago. So we getting there. We outside.
That's what's up. That's what's up. No, and like I said, this is the part of the conversation that I really, we about to go in right now because this is the part of the conversation where, a lot of times I have an artist such as yourself, and I want to let you know that I appreciate what you do, but also at the same time, I do acknowledge like what the state of rhythm and blues, and it's not what it once was as far as like, I'm old enough to remember, I'm in my 40s. And I'm old enough to remember when rhythm and blues and hip hop was like, like neck and neck. So I say that to say this. What do you feel? What do you feel as far as it's going to take for rhythm and blues to be neck and neck, or does it even matter? To be honest,
I don't know if it matters or not. To me, as a listener, I'm just happy that people are still making music. Still making good music,
right?
And it's people continue to make great music. It continues to push the culture forward. So that's all that we can really do is appreciate those who are making good quality music, timeless music. Not just chasing clout, Instagram followers, all of that. Like really, if we didn't have anything digital, if we just put physicals out, if it got to that point, I feel like there would be a lot of artists who could keep up and literally sell music and, just provide that vibe for people when they at the crib and they just want to hear music. Like, so if I was to say, you know, that we're in a bad place, it would be a lie, because it's a lot of dope shit right now. Like, so much. You just gotta dig deep and find it. You might not hear it on the radio.
Right.
It's out here.
Who you feeling? Who you feeling today?
Who am I feeling?
Yeah.
I like Brent Fayez. I like Alex Isley.
He from the crib too. Brent Fayez. He from
okay. Where you from?
I'm DC. You see the background? Come on, you see the background?
Oh, I do see the background. Okay, that's what's up. Brent Fayez, Alex Isley. There's a new cat out of Winston-Salem, North Carolina, named Sunny Miles. Check him out. I
was just about to ask, because when somebody mentioned a name that I don't know, if Heather Victoria say they dope, I gotta know who they are.
He is fire. Jasmine Sullivan, of course, she set the bar for the year. Like, nobody touching her vocally. The project was insane.
Her new shit is
concept was crazy. Like, I love her. Her is dope. You know, it's a lot of people out living right now.
All right. So when you sit back and you look at R&B, so basically what you're telling me is, as far as like in your world, you know where to find the dope R&B. You know the dope. You know where it's at. Because a lot of people say, oh, they don't make it like it used to be, but people like yourself, they exist. And here you are, you naming all these dope artists. So basically what you're saying, like they're out there, but you just have to look a little harder.
Right. Exactly.
Okay.
You gotta find it. You just gotta find it.
Right. Okay. So give me your, I'm gonna say this, give me your top three R&B albums of all time.
Ooh, all time?
All time. R&B.
That's a hard one. I'm gonna go with Marry My Life for sure.
Okay.
I don't know. I can't choose.
Hold on. What if I make it five? Because I know it's hard. If I narrow it down to three, that's a little harder. What if I give you five?
All right, can we come back to that question? I don't know. I'll be sitting here lying if I come out the top five. I can't.
It's all good. Well, how about this? Give me your top three R&B artists of all time.
Top three R&B.
Now this is what we gonna do. Five. Give me your top five.
Top five R&B artists ever.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say Luther Vandross.
No particular order either. You don't have to.
No order.
No order.
Luther. Okay. We're gonna definitely go with Luther. We're gonna go with Mary. Ooh. I'm gonna have to go with Tamia. I'm gonna have to go with Tamia. Okay. Let's see.
Tamia is dope as hell.
Two more. Man.
You ain't got no brothers on there. What's up with that? You ain't got no guys on there.
I said
okay, my bad. I apologize. You did say Luther. I'm tripping.
Dang, man. This is hard.
I ain't trying to look. You can choose who.
I'm gonna say Beyonce. I'm gonna say Beyonce, and I'm gonna go with Anita Baker.
Okay. I can't be mad at that.
That's still unfair. I don't like choosing tops because it's too many people that just.
I know. Yeah, that's why I said I can't just just limit you to 3. 5, I think it's still hard, but it's easier.
I try to throw Sade, like, come on.
Yeah, you leaving exactly. Aretha and Gladys Knight and
all time, like it's never fair.
No doubt. So look, how does it feel like to be the only singer on Jamla?
It feels cool. It's been like that forever. I'm cool with it. I learn a lot from everybody on the team. We've been rocking for a minute, so it's fun. I love it.
Okay. What makes what is it like working with Knife Wonder?
Working
What
with
makes him so unique, you know?
it's dope. He always learning from him. He's a magician of a producer, not just a beat maker, but a producer. Like when it comes to producing the song, you know, the arrangement, you know, everything. He like that. So the GOAT.
Does Knife like, cause you know, cause when I watch a lot of different videos and you know interviews with him, and his knowledge of music is vast. It's ridiculous. And I say that to say this, like, is he the type of dude, like, does he really like rhythm and blues music like that?
Do he? Yes. Absolutely. You ain't never watched none of his lives on Instagram?
I say yeah, but I'm trying to figure out, like, see, this is the thing. A lot of times, producers, they listen to certain music so they can sample.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, is he like really like, you know, is he really like sitting back listening to like Sade and you know what I'm saying, or is he just listening to it, you know?
He balanced. He like rap and R&B.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
That's what's up. That's what's up. So what makes Jamla so unique? You know, like what makes him so special? Why do you like Jamla so much?
Why do I like?
You've been rocking with him, yeah, because you've been right. Nah, I say that because you've been rocking with Jamla for a minute, and you guys are, in my opinion, you guys dope as hell. So you've been here for a minute. So tell me, you know, I want the fans to know why you guys so unique, because I can tell you why I feel you guys unique, but I want to hear from you.
Oh, I would say that everything be just so soulful, so authentic. Everybody on my camp love music through and through. I think we'll do music even if we didn't get paid to do it. So it's just a vibe.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
It's just a vibe. So
that's what's up. Now let's fast forward again. Here we go. 2019, the end of 2019, you released one of my favorite R&B projects of the year, Boutique Hotel. Now, this one right here, tell me about the growth. Tell me about, you know, from 2010 up until this project. Tell me, you know, how much you feel like you have grown as far as like an artist, and, you know, what was the inspiration going into this particular project? I know you released 2 dope projects in between that, you know, but this one right here, if you could just break this one down.
Okay, for sure. It was a lot of growth between 2010 and now. Well, in 2019, which was, I can't believe, 2 years ago.
It feels like yesterday.
It does. You know, I went from being a 19-year-old girl to becoming, you know, in my late 20s. Right. So I experienced everything under the sun, from a couple of, you know, relationships that didn't work out.
Right.
One of those being real toxic. You know, a lot of self-discovery, a lot of failure. Mm-hmm. You know, which made for the content of Boutique Hotel. But on that project, I was real vague about things.
Right.
So in this upcoming project and in this upcoming work, I look forward to sharing, you know, more of those stories in detail, being more vulnerable to you guys. So
that's what's up.
You know, a lot of ups and downs, a lot of discovery, a lot of no's, you know, a lot of potential big things happening that didn't.
Right.
And like I said, you know, just removing myself from toxic relationships, you know, dealing with people who were emotionally abusive, you know, a lot of like finding the value in self-love is what happened. A lot of mistakes. So, you know, that's just not just me. That's most people in their 20s. Right. You know, between 20 years old and 29 years old, so much happens, so much, you know, so many mistakes are made, so many lessons are learned. So in a nutshell, that's what Boutique Hotel was about. You know, my song One Love is talking about loving yourself. In that song, what I meant was letting go of a toxic family member. So it's not always about a man. Like sometimes it's family, you know, sometimes it's friends. So it was just a lot of stuff that I was getting off my chest and, you know, just trying to explain. So, yeah.
You know, you lead off that album with one of, in my opinion, one of the songs of the year. And I'm not saying R&B songs. I'm not saying whatever. Like, this is one of my favorite songs of 2019. You know what I'm talking about.
You talking about Japan?
Exactly. See, this is what we talk about. You have to break down that particular song right there because it is so much going on in that song. They don't make songs like that anymore. You don't hear songs like that.
Thank you.
You know, so talk about that a little bit.
Japan was like a mystery song because I'd never actually been to Japan. But it was like one of those things, like a fantasy, something you imagine doing, and like a fantasy world, right? But it's almost like one of those things where you want to escape reality with somebody that you love and care about the most, and somebody who understands you the most, and thinking about literally escaping your reality and going somewhere that you've never been before.
Okay.
And to this day, I still have new people listening to Japan. And it's really inspiring and humbling. So I still feel like Japan could be a big hit one day, like later than, you know, like tardy to the party type thing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna speak that into the atmosphere. So
there you go. Not just that song, but we got Sunbeam and listen, so you got some joints on there, man. My favorite, Raheem Devon. I can talk about, like I said, not only is that one of my favorite songs of that year, that album is one of my favorite albums of 2019. Like, I did a list. I did a list of my top 20 albums, and I believe I had that at number 11.
Wow! Thank you so much.
Yeah, the only R&B album that made my top 20.
I appreciate it. Thank you. So, and you know, we dropped in October 2019.
October 2019, yeah. It came out on my son's birthday.
That's what's up. Was it October 11th? I think.
Yep.
Yeah.
October his birthday is the 10th. So okay, I guess the day after my birthday. But is it?
Yeah, I mean, you know what? I just trust God's plan. We dropped in October, then the holidays hit. I didn't get to do the rollout that I wanted to. A lot of people that don't know that, but a lot of people, it was just things that happened behind the scenes. We lost a little bit, you know, of some of my.
I wanted to see you tour. I really not to cut you off, but man, I have to see you perform live. Like I would pay damn near anything to see you perform that song live. Like, the instrumentation on that song is just unbelievable. It's kind of reminiscent of like old school Sade, Maxwell, Tony Tone. Like, it's, you know, like, you don't hear songs that go that long and left with just, you know, with the you know, the beautiful string section, and you know, you just it is. I can't even put words. Words can't even explain how much I love that song, you know.
Thank you. Shout out to the musicians.
Who produced that, by the way? Who produced that?
It was organically made by these musicians. I had to shout them out. Russell on guitar. He literally started a guitar lick, and everybody else built off of that. Crisis was definitely a backbone in helping to produce all of the instrumentation. Howard on keys, John on drums, Duran on saxophone, Drew on the bass. Everybody just came together organically. Literally, we were there like to rehearse putting instrumentation on some of the other songs we had already done, and yeah, it just happened just like that, and it was really.
It was like what you call like a jam session.
A jam session, yeah, exactly. And then we put words to it, and it was wonderful. Japan is somewhere I always wanted to go. Before the pandemic happened, I was really.
I was just about to ask, have you been since?
Like, re-recording the video, like seriously, like just trying to continue to expand, like I was trying to say earlier, like the pandemic happened and it put me in a place where I couldn't, do everything I wanted to do with the project, because literally we were just trying to figure out how to survive and what was going on with the coronavirus. So literally as soon as we got off tour in March, that's when everything started as far as the stay-at-home orders and everything like that. So all my plans that I had for Boutique Hotel went out the window. So by July, I just started working on new stuff. So I'm really excited to share with you guys some new stuff this year. Yeah.
Now, that Boutique Hotel, like I said, I'm definitely letting everybody I know within ears reach. Hey, like y'all need to hear that. Like I've been doing that for the past, what we talk about, year and a half, year and some change or whatever. So that's my favorite R&B project of 2019. You did that. Shout out to Raheem Devon. He also from the crib. You got him on 2 joints.
Yeah, amazing. I love Raheem. He's just like an impeccable artist. But if you like Boutique Hotel, you really gonna like what we're working on next. I'm excited to get some things finished up for you guys. And, just look forward to sharing some new stuff with you guys.
No doubt.
Boutique Hotel done dropped 2 years ago almost. Like
I know. That's the crazy thing about it. But to me, like, see, the thing is, like, and it's not even just, to be honest, not even just Boutique Hotel. I listen to Victoria's Secret and Graffiti Diary. I listen to the project as if they came out yesterday. So to me, like, your music stay in heavy rotation. You know what I'm saying? Like, even though, like I said, we're talking 10 years ago, but I see the growth. But I don't think you realize, man, how you came out. Like, you really set the standard really high, and I feel like you lived up to that.
I appreciate it. Thank you. Like I told you, we just getting started. Like, anybody who's listening, please, go back and listen to my old projects: Victoria's Secret, Graffiti Diary, Hip Hop Soul Lives, and now Boutique Hotel. But I'm still young. I still got a lot in me to talk about, a lot to get off my chest. So I just look forward to all the new music that, is to come, So just get ready, y'all. Like, we just
I'm hip. I'm ready. I'm ready.
We just buckling up. All right.
Like I said, I hate to say this, like, oh man, I wish more people would know who you are. But in my world, like, you're A-list. Like, you're like, in my world, you at the creme of la creme. Like, you're mainstream to me. Like, that's just what it is. You ain't you know what I'm saying? You're a mainstream artist in my book. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you. Thank you.
So look, I want to talk about, we about to get out of here, but before we go, you also, Jamla also has another one of my favorite artists, and that artist is Rhapsody. So, talk about your relationship with Rhapsody.
My relationship with Rhapsody, it's cool. Like, that's my big sis. I don't know how to explain it. You just think about somebody you're really close to that's like your brother or your sister. Y'all just got different mamas. It's the same thing. I've been knowing Rap since the beginning. We both from the 252, which is Eastern North Carolina. We always winding off of that. We've been getting it out the mud together. So that's big sis. I'm so proud of her. It ain't just
she won that.
We really cool like that. Like, that's my sis. Like, that's my laughing buddy.
What you think about her winning that Lyricist of the Year at the BET Awards? That was dope. What you think?
I'm still taking that in. I'm just so happy and excited and proud. I've seen her from day one, so it's inspiring, and I'm always over the moon happy for her, because she deserved it. She deserved it.
That's what's
up. Work more, and she deserved it. Yeah,
I remember, matter of fact, the crazy thing is, I remember hearing about you before I heard about Rhapsody.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, because I remember both of you guys, now correct me if I'm wrong, I think both of you guys came out around the same time. She was with a group.
Yeah, she was with Cooley High first.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Shout out to Cooley.
Yeah, shout out to Cooley. They from North Carolina too, right?
Yeah, we out here.
I know you just, man, North Carolina got some talent. I don't know what
Yeah.
you talking about, man. No, y'all got some. I hear what you're saying, but yeah, you guys got some talent in North Carolina. Like just on Jamla alone, I mean, you guys got one of my favorite singers, yourself, one of my favorite rappers, not female rappers, but rappers, period. And then one of my favorite producers with E Jones and Knife Wonder. So y'all making some noise, and y'all been putting it down for a minute, you know. So with all that being said, you know, who would you like to work with next in the future?
I look forward to working with, I don't know, producers or artists.
Whatever, artist, producer, it don't matter.
I would love to continue to work with my man Raheem Devon. I would love to work with Terrence Martin.
Oh, dang, girl, you know.
Yeah,
you talking music now.
yeah, Robert Glasper, Alex Isley. I love her stuff.
Now she's related to one of the Isley, but that's one of the boys, right?
Yeah, that's her uncle.
Yeah.
Okay. You know, those are the ones that come to mind. So
okay. So what is like some of your interests outside of music? You know, what are you into outside of music?
What I love music. I love movies. I like hanging out with my family. I'm a pretty chill person. Yeah, that's about it. Music, movies, family.
What type of movies you into? Horror flicks,
beauty
drama,
stuff, hair, makeup,
okay,
all that stuff. Yeah.
Okay, that's what's up. So, what would you like to do more in the future? Like, what you see yourself doing in, like, you know, probably like the next 5-10 years?
In the next 5-10 years, I see myself doing music, still doing shows, touring, being a mom, you know, being a wife, living my best life, seeing my fans in person, you know.
Yeah, I can't wait till that happens. I have to see you perform live. Like, know what you need? I want to see you perform that Boutique Hotel album. Like, at least give me half of that. Like, yeah.
I'm gonna have to new shit out, and I'm gonna still be doing Boutique Hotel too, because this Boutique Hotel happening on the Paris.
That's what I'm saying, half. Nah, no, that's what I'm saying. Like, do half of it, because you got the new shit coming. And then you can throw in that Boutique, because the songs on that, like I said, I haven't heard the new shit. Of course, no one heard it yet, but that Boutique, I don't think you realize how dope. You sitting here just very nonchalant, I don't think you realize you put out a masterpiece. Like, I'm very, I don't give out compliments like that often, and you know, like like for R&B projects, for newer R&B projects, I don't give that type of, you know, that type of praise to newer R&B projects, and I'm truly blown away by what you just put out.
I appreciate it. You know, Boutique Hotel, like, I appreciate you saying it's a masterpiece. I think it's a masterpiece as well. You know, I'm an independent artist, and we just getting to how we live, and it just so happened to come out a few months before the pandemic, and you know, I trust God. It is what it is. I hope that people continue to listen to it, and you know, it'd be a timeless record. But we for sure got new music on the way. Going to continue to move on, and I hope that people go back and catch up to it.
So, how far along you on the new project?
I would say I'm about like 65-70%. You know, just continuing to take my time, work with different artists. Work with different features. No features. No features. You know, nothing is solid. I'm just continuing to trying to find the sound of the project, but I'm almost there, and I can't wait to share it with y'all. We getting more raw, we get more detail, we get more vulnerable, a little bit more vocal production. We're gonna turn up. So I'm excited. It's time to stop talking. I'm gonna show y'all the real. All right.
You know what, man? I'm gonna be honest. You got some big shoes to fill, girl, because that Boutique Hotel, that set the bar very high. But knowing the type of artist that you are, I could see you really living up to that, because going back to your first project, you've been very consistent as far as releases. You know, there really hasn't been, you know, any letdown. So I salute you for that. You know.
Thank you so much. I can't wait to share the new music with you and everybody. We definitely, you know, just trying to get better with each project. So please, you know, continue to rock with Boutique Hostel, but just know what we got coming is
some fire coming.
For sure.
2021.
2021.
Okay, I'm gonna be waiting. So look, before we get out of here, I want to ask you, like, you know, what would you, you know, everybody's like, people say, oh, the state of R&B is not what it once was, and you know, you got artists like yourself that still, again, they still carrying that torch. So what type of advice would you give to like an aspiring artist who want to do traditional rhythm and blues such as yourself, and you know, don't use auto-tune or anything like that? They want to, you know, they want it to be, like you said, organic and authentic. What type of advice would you give to like an aspiring R&B artist?
My advice to anybody aspiring to do R&B, traditional R&B, is to stay true to who you are, and don't follow trends, because nothing is trendy about traditional R&B music. Nothing is trendy about.
Hold on, stop. Say that again. Say that again, please. Say that again.
Nothing is trendy about traditional R&B music.
Facts.
Nothing is trendy about classic music of any genre. So if it's what you love and what's on your heart, what you desire to do, do it. You don't have to follow what's going on right now, because clearly this music from 25, 30 years ago, and you know, the style of that, you know, the musicianship in that, the legacy in that will never ever change. So if that's something that inspires you, why not continue to follow in the footsteps of those people? So just do you, and know that that is always enough. Period.
No doubt. I like that. That's some great words to close this you know, close this show, man. I really appreciate, you know, what you have brought to rhythm and blues, man. I just look forward to what you got going on in 2021, and I want the fans go ahead and cop that Boutique Hotel. You know, they need to go ahead and go back to Victoria's Secret and Graffiti Gallery. Yes, it's some hidden gems in that catalog of Heather Victoria, man. It's an honor to have you here on the platform.
Thank you so much for having me.
No doubt.
Happy to be here, and we're gonna continue to make this Black music thing keep rocking.
No doubt.
You know, it's up and it's stuck.
Yeah.
Shout out to Cardi.
Yeah. I'm just glad that, you know, I do want to say this though, if you don't mind. Like, you ever thought about like possibly doing like a show, like you know, everybody doing these concerts on Instagram? Like, you ever thought about that? Like, give us a little sample, because I would love to see you perform some of them songs. Like, I don't even care if you have like an MP3 player. I just want to hear your voice over the music. Like, I want to hear your live voice over recorded music. I need to see it. I need to hear it, man. I'm sorry.
Well, I did do like an Instagram live session. It's on my IGTV right now. We did like a Instagram live show back in November.
How the hell I missed that?
Or October, I can't remember.
But the hell did I miss that?
Yeah, go check it out. It's on my IG live right now.
I follow you. I don't remember that. That's crazy.
Hey, that's them Instagram algorithms. It's ugly right now. Like, it's different right now. Everybody's stuff not showing up on their timeline. This app is getting out of control. So, but yeah, it's on my IG TV. You can check it out right now. I am going to try and do more stuff as far as content that you know, can see. I am going to do something for YouTube this week, so you can stay tuned for that. But in the meantime, in the interim, I just been working on new music behind the scenes, and you know, gearing up for new content and all the stuff that's to come from my new project. So if I seem a little distant as far as the content and the singing, it's because I'm working and I'm trying to get ready for the next project.
Yeah, you know, you're not as active on IG like a lot of artists. You know what I'm saying? But I can tell, like, when you see stuff like that, when you see that, when I notice that, I'm like, yo, she's working. That's what she doing. She working. She ain't got time to be on Instagram every day and whatever. She working. It's some fire that's about to come out.
Mm-hmm.
So
I try to be active, but at the same time, like, I've been doing this for over 10 years, so I've come from a different time. Like, but I will say I'm trying to adapt. I'm trying to do better.
oh, stop. Hello,
Okay.
hello.
We back.
Yeah, I gotta edit that.
Okay.
Look, no, you were saying you try to.
I was just saying that I'm trying to do better. I told myself this year I am going to try and start singing more for social media, because every time I get in the studio or I sing live, I have people that be like, I didn't know you could sing like that, you know, woody. And I just be like, I told my manager the other day, I was like, I'd be more nervous to sing for Instagram than I am to sing live, because people can like immediately like just critique you, like comments and all that stuff. But I'm gonna stop being scary. I'm gonna try to get with the news.
Girl, you need to get out there, girl. Like, nah, you got some, like, you got some classic material that I think, you know, fans like myself would love to hear. Like, I don't think you realize how special of a talent that you are. And let me say this. I don't think you know how unique and special of a talent that you are. And it's just an honor to have you here on the platform. And I just look forward to just many great things in 2021, 2022. And, you know, that's pretty much it. So again,
thank you for having me. I appreciate
it so much. Any last words? Any last words?
Not really. I mean, last words, I would just say thank you guys for supporting me. Thank you for having me on your podcast. Thank you to each and everybody who's listened to my project, Boutique Hotel. Just know that we've been working hard on the next project and for new music for you guys. We ain't stopping. We ain't letting this corona stop us.
I know that's right.
We continuously making good music. Myself and my team, Jamla Records, shouts to Knife Wonder. And I am just extremely grateful for this opportunity to be able to create music and do what I love. So thank you for the interview. And I look forward to sharing more music with you. And I thank you for being a fan of my music since way back. It means a lot.
It's an honor. Like I said, it's not.
Thank you for being patient, because the real ones, we taking the long route, okay?
Nah, that's how, you know, I rather have quality over quantity any day. So, you know, that when you release projects, your projects last me for 2-3 years. I'm good. I don't need a Heather Victoria project if I get it, I'm not gonna complain. But again, you know, you put a lot into your music, so it carries over for years and years and years. So before we get out of here, where can people find your music, and where can they find you out on social media?
You guys can find me on Instagram at Heather 2_ Victoria. I'm on Twitter at I am Heather V. On all music platforms, DSPs, you can find me at Heather Victoria. And the latest project is called Boutique Hotel. And the next project, I already got a name for it. Y'all stay tuned. I can't wait to share it with you guys. You know, we're going to get it all the way together. Just stay tuned. We got you.
That's what's up. Look, I'm Malaka Reed, this Bridging the Generation podcast. We got the one and only songstress, songbird, the beautiful Heather Victoria. We signing out. Peace.
Bye.
Have a good night.